Hey y'all, I don't even know what this video is gonna be about. I'm just about to yap for y'all. But oh, is that a hair on my cup? Drinking Starbucks. Y'all, coffee really, I learned to drink coffee with a straw, which I'm not doing right now. But I learned to drink coffee with a straw because if you just drink it like this, you see how yellow, you see how lemonade my teeth look? And that's because I'm drinking stuff that stains your teeth without a straw. And it helps to drink it with a straw so you don't have to brush your teeth right away and it's not going to stain your teeth. Speaking of Starbucks, I go to Starbucks so often, y'all. I go to Starbucks so often that this man who works there invited me to his church with him and his wife. That's how much I go there. It's to the point where they know my order. It's to the point where they know my name when I pull up to the window or when they stand outside to take your order when the little drive-through prompter isn't working. It's crazy how much I go to Starbucks. At this point, it's like the crack house for me because I'm addicted. So this man invited me to church, right? And I didn't know what to expect because I haven't been to church in a while. I'm not really sure why. Oh, I know why. Because the church that I usually go to is far as heck. But this man invited me to church and I decided to go because I just felt like it would be good for me. And what's crazy is people invite me to church all the time. Like the Jehovah's Witness, the Mormons, the family, cuz the church that I used to go to is my family's church. And people invite me to church all the time. But I've never felt the urge to go until now when this man invited me. So I go. And mind you, I don't know how old this man is. I know he looks young, but I'm like, I don't know how old he is for him to be married because he also mentioned he has a wife, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, you know. And he was like, when you come, you can sit by us, you know, you have a seat reserved by us when you come. So I go and I meet his wife, and his wife looks very young as well. So I remember asking his wife's name. Now I'm not gonna reveal their actual. No, not right now. In a second, hold on. In a second, hold on. So, what was I saying? I'm not gonna reveal their actual names, but their names rhyme. Like, it's like if his name was Sam, her name would be Pam. You get me? You get me? Like, it's like when God puts something together, like when y'all match, y'all just match. Like when you know, you know. But I took notice of how young they were. And I noticed a pattern in my life that has been happening a lot more frequently. Like my last job that I worked at, I was a canvasser. And this man who I rode in the van, he looked very young, but I didn't really ask of his age until I mentioned that I was gonna quit. Then I had a then I had a talk with my coworkers, and they started telling me about themselves, and he mentioned that he was only 19 and that he was married. And I was like, what the heck? Like, y'all are so young. And here I am, 26. And a lot of the men that I meet, they are just so indecisive. And they're older than me. They're pushing 30. Some of them are after 30. And they're so indecisive, like they don't know what they want. But then here I am constantly meeting these young people who automatically know what they want. And it's so crazy because the man who invited me to church with his wife, when I finally asked his age, he said he was 23. I was like, yep, see, it has nothing to do with age, because I've been shunned a lot for wanting to wait until marriage, for wanting to like wait to be intimate with somebody until marriage by men who are a lot older than me, because they feel like that's immature. It's going to be a long wait until then, so that's kind of selfish. But from what I've heard, from what I've seen, based off of the people that I've met, when you know, and it has nothing to do with age, because I've met some fairly young people, including today. Today was like the last straw. It's like, yep, there's nothing wrong with the way that I think. It's just they don't know what they want. When you know what you want, it's an easy call. You know what I'm saying? When you know, you know. I just found that interesting how these young people keep popping up into my life and they're married. I remember asking my coworker, well, my old coworker, the 19-year-old, what made him get married so young, and he was like, well, when you know, you know. And that sold it for me. Like, it doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. When you meet that right person, like, they gonna want to lock you down real quick. So all these excuses, like, that's immature, why would you want to wait until marriage, that's selfish because that's gonna be a long time until we get married. All these excuses, and then I have the proof right in front of my face constantly, with these young men knowing right away when they meet their wives and not having to second guess it. Instead, they do something about it and commit like a grown man should. But yeah, I just found that interesting. So I'm gonna go, but I will see y'all in the next one.